Everybody, it's time for the shop. Everybody, it's time for the shop.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Decide, Commit, and Resolves, The Shop. I am excited, I'm hyped, I'm pumped up. This is episode number 2, and it is just a great thing, y'all. We got 2 exciting young men on the show today. And guys, I'll tell you, I am so hyped up about these 2 young guys because I am really proud of these young guys. I've seen them grow up from kids. So I'm just excited about these 2 young men. So we're just going to go ahead and start digging right into it. We have to my left right here, Cameron Douglas, and to my right, my son, Jaquez Mosley. Everybody give it. Let's clap for him, guys. Yay! So, Cameron, we're going to start with you. Do you mind telling us a little bit about yourself?
Well, like you said, I'm Cameron Douglas. My parents are Curtis and Wanda Douglas. I have a twin brother, Cordell Douglas. We both go to Clemson University, and we are both rising juniors.
Okay, all right. So, Jaquez, tell us a little bit about you.
My name is Jaquez Mosley. I am Bruce Mosley's son, and I go to South Carolina State University, and I'm a rising junior.
Rising juniors, now I'm telling you guys, that has got to be something special. You know, you done fought through those first 2 years. Here you are, juniors, man. That's really a milestone. So you really got these other 2 years left to go ahead and knock this thing out. So that is so good. I guess what we want to do is start digging into a few of these questions. Okay. You know, so yeah. Yeah, but first of all, I want to let you guys know what our topic is today. Our topic today is balancing college life, social life, and your passion, your dreams, and how God plays a part in all of this. So that's what our topic is today. Pretty much balancing your life and trying to include God in all of this. So, let me ask, Cameron, I'll start with you. What was your transition like? Well, first of all, tell me about your passion. What is your passion? Why are you at Clemson?
Well, for me, I've always liked the whole idea of working for myself.
Okay.
So I really wanted to start my own business. So I said, I know you don't technically need to go to college to have a successful business, but I told myself I want to go through college because if I can go through college and work hard and just do what a lot of people don't end up doing, then there's really nothing I can't do.
Wow, that's a really good mindset to have. So, Jaquez, what's your passion? Why are you at South Carolina State University?
My passion is acting. I love the theater. And the reason why I chose South Carolina State University is because it's an HBCU.
Okay.
The best HBCU in the land, by the way. And I wanted to be around my people.
I got you.
You know, the black people. I wanted to see what black theater was like. Now, of course, I would love to be in theater in general, but I just wanted to be with my people.
Okay, then. So, you know, we got 2 different colleges. They both are diverse. They both have their own strengths as far as what they give to students. But I think both of you guys are really at a good place as far as your education is concerned. So, Cameron, I'm gonna start this with you again. What was your transition like going from high school to college?
Well, for me, when I went from high school to college, the first place I was at was actually NGU, North Greenville University.
Okay.
So that was like a big change because I didn't really know anybody there except for my roommate who I had met in high school. So it was just really a big change. It made me have to step out more and just talk to other people, you know, get to know people.
Yeah.
Then after 3 semesters, I transferred into Clemson, and that was just a huge transition to me. It just felt like I was coming from high school to college all over again. Exactly.
Wow.
Just because everything was just so different. Testing, just the lifestyle, just everything.
Okay. Did you have any fears in that transition?
Well, one of my fears in that transition was just that keeping up, because I do know that when you transfer, some credits don't transfer over.
Yeah.
And I already knew that a lot of my credits from NGU wouldn't transfer over, so I knew I was going to be behind.
Okay. So let me tell you guys this. Students, you go into college And if you want to transition from a junior college to a major college, make sure you do your homework on what classes can transfer, because some of them may not be transferable, and you'll find yourself doing a whole semester all over again. So, Jaquez, what was that transition from high school to college like for you?
Just like Cameron said, it was a big change. And like I said, I go to a HBCU, so everybody is black. I am from Greenville, South Carolina. There's a speck of black people, and then there's a whole lot of salt on the plate, if you know what I mean. So, from seeing all these different people, like I went to Hillcrest High School. Cameron, you went to Hillcrest High School as well. So if you know what it's like a mixture of us. But South Carolina State, everybody is black. But besides that, I was very excited, but I was also nervous. I didn't want anyone to know I was nervous.
Okay.
I wanted everyone to know that I was excited.
Mm-hmm.
But when I got there, my roommate, where I stayed,
I know that.
I'm sure you guys know or understand what I'm trying to say. But overall, it was great.
So you were a little reluctant. Well, let me ask you this: were you a little reluctant once you got there and you started seeing, more blacks than what you've ever seen before? Were you more reluctant to reach out, or did you just kind of want to stay reserved?
No, I definitely wanted to reach out because being at HBCU, everyone is pretty much family oriented,
Mm-hmm.
and I was excited to be with my people.
Okay.
I'm just saying, it's very different being around all of the people like us,
Mm-hmm.
and then being with people who aren't colored.
I got you. All right. So, let me go to give this question to you. Let me ask you this: what did being away from home show you about yourself?
That I am a strong young black man.
Explain.
Well, I'm the only child,
Mhm.
pretty much, and I guess most people would think if you're the only child, you would know how to be independent. I don't think I was that independent.
Okay.
I think college showed me that I needed to
Mm.
be more independent because I kind of feel like my parents did almost everything for me, and being by myself, it just slapped me in the face and told me to grow up.
Now, guys, that's really important to understand, because when you transition from this life of being in mom and dad's roof, and they're doing a lot of stuff for you, and now you're going to be transitioning to college life where no mom and dad is around, it's going to take a lot of discipline, and you really have to mature really, really fast. So it's really important to understand that. So, Cameron, let me ask you this. What was being away from home, what did that show you about yourself?
For me, it showed me that I need to stop being afraid to ask for help. Because me personally, I'm someone who I'd rather not ask for help. I'd rather just do it by myself because I feel better when I end up doing it by myself because I know I did it by myself. But just like the classes and just everything period, like you can't be afraid to ask for help because no one is self-made. No one made it all by their own because someone got help from someone somewhere.
And with asking for help, do you feel like that kind of moves some of that pride out of the way for you?
Yeah, it really does. It really does because you got to humble yourself to ask for help, even if somebody's going to basically be like helping you, but also just in a way making you feel bad about asking for that help.
Yeah.
But you just got to be able to just push through that and just ask for that help, because if you don't ask for that help, the other one looking bad is you because you're the one who's not going to end up making it.
Real important advice, guys. Real important advice. So, Jaquez, I'm gonna start with you on this one. Did this transition affect your grades? And if so, how did you recover?
I wouldn't say it affected it. I think I more so affected my own self. And when I say that, I mean I came into college ready to party. I'll be real. I came in ready to party. I was ready to get lit. But when I got there and not having my head on the game, you know what I'm trying to say? It made my grades slack. It made my grades go down. So in a way, it kind of did. But
how did you recover?
Study more. Try to get in some study groups and not friends.
Okay.
Because if I get with my friends, then I'm not gonna study. We gonna get lit, like I said. So yeah, I just try to get with associates in my class, and that will help me a lot.
Okay. What about you, Cameron? Did that transition from high school to college and from North Greenville to Clemson, did that transition impact your grades?
Yeah, I really would say it did, because just with the transition, it made it a lot harder, because transferring from North Greenville to Clemson, I was limited on what classes I could take. I ended up taking, I struggle with math at times.
Okay.
So I ended up taking accounting and calculus for my major at the same time, the same semester. So that ended up putting me on probation.
Okay.
So I got off of it. So I'm still working to recover from all that stuff, just because just transitioning from that high school to college, having the freedom of not having someone tell you when you have to study and then when you need to do your homework and when you need to go to bed, which me personally I'm terrible about, because I like to stay up late, like 2-3 a.m. sometimes. But it was really just a big impact, because it just made me be more accountable of myself and made me realize that I have to ask for help, because if you don't ask for help with just the things that you're dealing with and just the things that you need help on, you're not going to get that degree that you want.
Did y'all hear that? Accountability. That's real important to understand. For those of you who are going to school, you got to be accountable to yourself. Mom and dad, yeah, they may fuss, but it's all about you. You got to be accountable to yourself. I really like that, Cameron. That's really important. So, Cameron, going this question to you, what is it like socially for you at Clemson?
For me, socially, I realized that you got to be careful with who you're around. Just because the people that you hang out around, like most of your time, are the people who are going to rub off on you. My first roommate, he was a pretty chill guy. He slept a lot, so he didn't go to classes at North Greenville, and I ended up not going to class. Well, I ended up missing some classes at times. My second roommate, he was a streamer, so he was playing the game from basically the second he walked in the room all the way till the second we both end up falling asleep. And then that started affecting me as well. So your roommate also plays a big part in like how you live in college life and just how you're gonna go about your day. So I realized that if I want to do better, I need to start hanging out with my friends that study more. Hang out with my friends that actually care about their grades. Not my friends that just say, oh, I didn't study, so I'm about to just slip an answer sheet in to class with me.
So, Jaquez, what about you? What is your social life like at South Carolina State?
Well, I'm a very social person. I love people. I love speaking with people. I'm actually a student orientation leader, so I get to talk to all the different freshmen, all the different people on campus. But one thing I will say of advice is be careful who you talk to. I'm kind of reflecting off of what Cameron said, because stuff will spread. Okay? And that's anywhere. It's not just college, but stuff will spread. You have to be careful who you talk to, and everybody is not your friend. And I learned that the hard way my freshman year. Everyone is not your friend.
Wow.
They won't care about you.
That's interesting when you mention that, because as you grow older, you guys will come across people who will seem like they're friends, but in the long run they won't be. And it's good that you learn these lessons early on in life. Facebook out there, guys, understand this. As you are growing, you're going to run across people who will not always be your friend. They're really out to get what they can get out of you. So that's real important to understand. That's great impact. So what have you learned from your social experiences, good and bad? What have you learned since you've been in college? Let's start with you, Quez.
Like I said, everybody's not your friend.
So everybody's not your friend. And what about you, Cameron?
With me, I learned that no matter how good the friend, there's only one person your GPA and getting that degree is going to affect. Your grades are all on you. You can't be asking your friend, can you change my grade? You can't ask. I mean, who gonna worry about your grade? No one's gonna worry about your grade but you and your parents.
Wow.
But the one that it's gonna affect is you, because when your grades get low, your confidence gets low, and when your confidence gets low, your grades get lower.
Man, wisdom from these young guys. Wisdom.
Awesome. And also, like, if anyone plans to pledge or be in a certain organization and you got like a 2.0, it will be a lot harder for you to be in these organizations that you want to be in.
Exactly.
So try to have your GPA all the way up there, if you know what I'm saying.
Because your time will be even limited more. Because if you're trying to pledge, all that free time that you had, you're not getting it.
So more nuggets, guys. These are more nuggets that our young men are sharing with us. So, Cameron, what is your passion, your goal? What is that at Clemson? What is that thing what is your thing?
See, the thing is, my thing isn't even exactly what I went to school for.
Okay.
My thing is, I actually like making music.
Okay.
That's something that I'm really passionate about. I make beats.
Okay.
I made the beat for the shop.
That he did, and it's hot.
Appreciate it. So I found out about that in high school, and I've been running with it since. But I do realize that there are times where I have to study, and then there's a time for when I can make beats, because I'm not trying to be like how my friends be saying. I'm not going to the house. I'm not going to be going to the house just because I want to play games or because I want to do something that I really enjoy doing.
Yeah.
When I could be doing what I need to be doing, so I can get further in life.
So how does higher education impact what you want to do, your thing?
Well, like I said earlier, to me, yes, I'm going to college for a degree, but I more so look at it as when I get that degree, when I get through college, if I'm able to get through college, or let me say when I'm able to get through college, that's going to be telling me there's really nothing I can't do.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be a big confidence booster, and that's just going to let me know that, like, because this is what you got to think about. When we were kids, we went to school.
Mm-hmm.
When we became older, we went to school.
Mm-hmm.
Still now, we're going to school.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to end up completing a goal that wasn't even technically yours. It was a goal that was instilled in you by your parents to go to school. So completing that goal will just tell me that I can wait 12 more years if I need to, or something like that, to reach a goal that I want to reach in the future.
Gotcha.
So I can be patient. I can go through the hardships. I can do whatever it takes to get to that goal.
Wow.
Period.
So Jaquez, what is your thing? Your passion? What is your thing?
At state or in general?
Just in general.
In general, I want to be on the big screen. I want to be on Broadway. I just want to do all these things that make me happy.
Okay. So how do you feel higher education can help you achieve that?
Well, it's always good to have a higher education. I think having a higher education is important. So
Okay then.
hold on, wait. I need my answer to be better than Mr. Cameron's over here. All right, I'm over here trying to think, how can I make it better than him? Because that was a good answer. You know what? Just slap everything that he said in my mouth, and it's coming out right now. That's how
Sounds
I feel.
good. Sounds good. So, well, let me ask you this, Ninja Quest. Who or what introduced you to your passion, your thing?
Who?
Or what?
Honestly, family, anybody that I was around as a kid. And a reason why I like acting is because I remember being a kid. And when you're a kid, you have a huge imagination. I still have a huge imagination. So me, what I would do as a kid, I would watch the people who I'm always around, and I would remember who they are and make characters out of them.
Okay.
Like, for example, you. Y'all, my dad is cheap. I used to be so hungry and ready to go to Chick-fil-A or McDonald's or something. My dad would be like, we're going to the Chick-fil-A house. So I will always remember that, and I will use my father as a certain character in the future for whatever I do. My grandmother, who passed away when I was 13, she's a whole character herself. My granddaddy, his dad, a character. All these people are characters. And the reason why I like acting is because I don't get to be myself.
Mm-hmm.
I get to branch out and be someone else who I know or who I can just make up.
Okay, all right.
So, bam, that's
All
my
right,
answer.
all right. So, Cameron, who or what introduced you to your passion, that thing that you love with music?
For me, one thing was just creativity. I really like being creative. I'm always trying to be creative, and I've always just liked music.
Mm-hmm.
So the more I got into music and I realized that I could be creative with it,
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, wow, this is really something I really want to keep doing.
I got you.
The Who would be my girlfriend, who we've been dating for 5 years.
Who's your girlfriend, Cameron?
It is Jocelyn Smith.
Who? Jocelyn Smith. I think I know who Jocelyn Smith
I
is.
think I know it too.
That's our other child. All right. We didn't mean to let that out the bag. Okay, so she was one who kind of introduced you to the music thing and
Yeah,
whatnot.
because when we first started dating and everything, I had a great idea of let me just make her a song, and like all first songs, it wasn't no hitter, but she still loved it. Like that's how relationships work. But other people, I asked for their input. They were saying they loved it. They said I should make more, and then I've just been making music ever since.
Okay, all right.
Love music, huh?
Yes, sir.
So Quez, what additional steps are you taking to reach your goals?
I try to make connections with many different people and do acting classes, and obviously that's my major, so I take classes at school. I have so many things I have planned already. Like, for one, I need to make myself a YouTube channel.
That's right.
And I've been saying that since I was 12, and people have been telling me that since I was 12. So that's one step that I need to do.
Okay.
I have a lot of steps, but there's many steps that I need to do. So the question should be, what steps do you have in the future?
Well, let me rephrase that. It's time to take some steps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go. It's time to take some steps, son. So now, Cameron, what additional steps are you taking to achieve the thing that you want?
For me, I've bought a good amount of equipment, should I say. I'm not someone who likes to spend money on the highest of everything because I'm still a college student, still got a budget. So I get deals on things, and I get the equipment that I need for it. I started a beat store, and I too want to have a YouTube channel as well, because that's just a great way to just introduce yourself and market yourself to other people. Also in college, like, no matter what you want to be, in college you can network with people. You can find other people that are like-minded like you, that'll lift you up, that'll also help you in the future. So that's also another thing that I've just been taking steps towards, just finding people that are like-minded like me, who were on the same mission and just trying to reach the same goal.
And guys, that's really important. You want to always put yourself around people who are like-minded, who are going to be pushing the same way you push, grinding the same way you grind, because that's going to help elevate you. When one elevates, the other elevates. So they really got to be mindful of that. So, Jaquez, how hard has this process been for you to balance school and social life and your goals and God?
It's extra hard. I'm still working on it, especially balancing the schoolwork part. And keeping God involved, I believe, is very important, because if you don't have God, who do you have?
Yeah.
So I pray all the time, but I also know that you can't just pray for 100 on a test or any assignment. You need to work and pray, and then you'll get what you are asking for.
Lord have mercy. You're talking about some wisdom here, guys. Ooh-wee. So, Cameron, what about you? How hard has this process been for you to balance all of those things?
Well, for me, it's mainly time management. Time management is a really big thing because without time management, you're not gonna be able to make it through college. That needs to be like the key to everything for you. So with me, what I've been doing recently, I've been going to a thing we call CO, which is a campus outreach, which they have at plenty of schools all across the world, I believe. So I've been going there, and that's been me getting my, I guess you could say, my dose of Jesus, because I need to have that more, because like Quest said, without Jesus, like, what do you have?
Yeah.
I realized that there's no way I could have made it to Clemson without God, because I was praying to make it into Clemson. I was praying hard because I really wanted to make it into Clemson, and I didn't want to end up being one of those people who kept saying, "Oh, I'm gonna do this," and I never did it.
Wow.
So I just had to work hard at it and then make it in there.
Wow. So that kind of leads into my next question, but you guys have pretty much already answered that. But it's real important, and everybody, I want you to hear this. We got two young men here who are talking about the importance of having God in their life and in their journey. That's so important to really, really get that. If you don't know who God is, guys, how can you make it? And we got two young men here who are really talking about the impact God is making in their life. And so, guys, this is my last question. What advice, Quez, would you give a high school graduate wanting higher education?
Go for it. Don't procrastinate like me. Be you. Know who you are. Know who God is. And if you don't know who God is, try to understand who he is so you can make a closer connection with him. And then you'll go far.
Man, that's awesome, Jaquez. So
that was a good answer.
All right, good answer. So, Cameron, what advice would you give high school graduates wanting higher education?
One advice that I would give them is definitely learn how to study. Because everyone, no matter what your GPA is, you think you know how to study, but then you get to college, you find out it's a different ballpark. You find out that it's a lot harder for you. And also just learn how to teach yourself, because yes, you have professors that are getting paid to teach you, but what goes on in that classroom, only you and the professor knows. So you really need to learn how to teach yourself, because if you can't teach yourself or make yourself just study as hard as you actually can, it's going to be a long semester and a long time until your degree.
So, guys, that is some great wisdom, really great information. Cameron, I want to thank you for being on the shop. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day. Man, you really have nailed it and giving out this good information. Jaquez, thank you for coming on the shop. I really appreciate you. I mean, this is a great thing to have two young guys who really are trying to share their experiences about college life and how to balance it with you all. It's really important. I really truly thank you guys for coming on the show. You know, everybody give them a hand of applause for coming on the show. Yeah. So you've heard it here on the shop. I'm telling you, we got some more great stuff coming. It's getting ready to be big. It's getting ready to be even more iconic. If you want to hit Jaquez up, Mr. Funny Man, Mr. Actor Man, you can hit him up on his social media pages, Instagram, Facebook, all that cool stuff. If you want to hit Cameron up, you want some beats, hit him up on the social media pages. He'll definitely reach out to you. It's going to cost you, but I'm telling you, you're going to really enjoy it. Look, everybody, please come on the shop. I'm telling you, we're jumping. Hey, I got the t-shirts, the Side Commit and Resolve t-shirts. I got them. Hit me up on my Facebook pages. This is iconic. I like to end all of my shows with a motivational quote, and that quote is, if you don't push, you won't see it. I'm telling you guys, we had a blast. We out. Yes! Decide, commit, and resolve.
Everybody! It's time for the shop.